process right now. My laptop is not made for video editing, but it kind of does it anyway because I ask it to. So we're going to wait for that to process. That's probably going to take about an hour. While that is going on, I'm going to go ahead and update you, and then I'll probably read for a little bit. So basically, where we left off with the last author vlog was 2 days ago. I took yesterday off because I was having more back pain and I couldn't really sit at my desk or sit at the computer or anything. So I just relaxed yesterday, and today we're getting back into trying to get some stuff done. So what happened is my background check for the new job got pushed out till Thursday. Well, what I failed to realize is that Friday is a holiday and that this office was going to be closed for Veterans Day. So they've pushed me back until Monday. So today's Tuesday. I've got another week before I start work again. So I figured I would go ahead and do another unemployed author vlog so that you can kind of see what I do when I am not working my 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever it is. So my main goal for today is mostly like podcasting, YouTube stuff. My true crime podcast, I am now caught up on the episodes that I had pre-recorded and scheduled, so I need to do another batch of recording and editing. I usually do 2 to 3 episodes at a time just so I can kind of get a break in between to work on other things. And I've caught up to myself, so I need to do the research for a couple more episodes. I also have a couple of short videos that I want to do. I was doing sit-down videos, like I did the 10 things that knitters and crocheters can do to avoid repetitive strain. That went over like a lead balloon, so I see that that is not content y'all want. So I'm gonna try doing some of my countdown videos that I want to film as shorts or as Instagram reels so that they're a little bit more digestible and quick. But I think first I'm going to take a break. I'm going to do a little bit of reading. It is chilly in my room today, so I just want to go get cozy and cuddle up with a book right now. And if I'm lucky, a cat will come join me. So let's go read. I'm currently reading Threads of Life, which is about sewing and embroidery as historical means of communication and self-expression. And it goes into everything from the Bayeux Tapestry to how prisoners during World War II used it to a whole bunch of different instances. So it's really interesting, and let's see if we can get another chapter or 2 down while this is processing. Mandatory car vlog. Okay, so we are off to drop off my ballot. I live in Washington, so we all vote absentee automatically. There's a few places where you can vote in person, but it's mostly just dropping off your ballot, which they mail to you automatically. It's fantastic. Pacific Northwest is awesome. And that is at a library. It's a library I've never been to. Like, I've been to their parking lot mostly to drop off ballots, but never inside. And they're actually open right now, so we're gonna go inside and look around. And then I saw this thing on Instagram earlier, and they're these mini brands blind bags, but they're books. And they're the actual book. Like, you can open it up and read it with a magnifying glass. It's so cool. So I want to try and find a couple of those. We're gonna hang out in the library for a little bit. I brought my notebook with me, so we might sit down and do some brainstorming. I have some short stories that I want to try and fit in with the arc of my cozy mystery, because I already have the first draft of the cozy mystery, half of the first draft of the second book, and then I have an outline for books for book 3, and I have random plot points for books 4, 5, and 6. So that is a series that could be very ongoing, and I want to make some short stories that fit in between. So we're going to do that. Also, I was listening to a 2011 recording of Phantom of the Opera on YouTube while I was reading. And I want to listen to the original now. I have the original cast recording on an old cell phone, so I'm going to plug that in. This is basically my iPod. All my music goes on here because I don't have enough room for everything on my regular phone. So I'm going to listen to that because there is no replacement for Michael Crawford. That is my line in the sand. Christine is replaceable. I've never heard a Christine that I really was passionately in love with as the character, or an actress that I was in love with as a character, but Michael Crawford is absolutely the original, the best Phantom of the Opera. So I'm going to blast show tunes on my way to the library because that's how we roll here. And I'll see you in a little bit. You know, when I moved out here, I thought that the libraries in Washington, the Seattle area, would be so much better than the ones in Ohio because we have a lot of conservative politics in Ohio, which limits some of the books that we can get. And, you know, there's funding issues and everything. I thought Washington would have much better libraries, and they don't. And it is so disappointing. And one thing I've noticed is that a lot of the libraries are designed to discourage people from spending hours and hours there, and they're not made for browsing. So each individual library that I've been to in the system, I'm in the King County Library system, they have very uncomfortable chairs, very few seating options, and so they're not places where you're going to go and do homework very often because there's no place to put your stuff. You know, you're not going to be there to study or to write because there's nowhere to plug in your laptop. There are very few upholstered chairs. The ones that are there are very stiff and straight backed. They're not very ergonomic. And it's just really sad because I know that the reason they do that is to discourage homeless people from spending hours there, which I hate. I hate that a free community resource is being designed to keep people away who need free community resources. In my old library back in Ohio, like, you had adult and YA, but then they'd be broken out by genre because there were so many books. So you'd have like the mystery section and the fantasy section and the romance, and then just like the general fiction section. And here it's like 3 rows of adult, 3 rows of YA, a couple rows of nonfiction, and that's it. And the rules here, they will not even purchase nonfiction if it's older than 1 year. And there are like history books that are 5 years old that still have perfectly good information in them, but they won't consider them because they're older than a year. So that's my little rant on our local library. I did get 2 books, so I picked up Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I know her on, well, I did know her on Twitter. I knew her by her other name, but now I'm over on Threads more. I'm not really on Twitter anymore because Twitter kind of imploded. I've heard really good things about the Netflix version of this, so I want to read the written version. I want to read the book before I watch the show. And then I also picked up an anthology, Toil and Trouble. It's 15 Tales of Women and Witchcraft, edited by Jessica Spotswood and Tess Sharp. And I mean, it's a book of stories about teenage witches, so I'm 100% here for it. And I'm getting strange looks from the person who just pulled in next to me, so that's fun. Anyway, let's go off to Target and see if I can find tiny books to go with the other books that I just got. Someone stopped me from going to Barnes & Noble because now I'm just very disappointed in the library and I want a book haul. Like, I don't need a book haul. I haven't read anything hardly in 3 years. Yes, this week I have read more than I have in the last 6 months. But I don't need a book haul. I don't. You guys are going to hold me to that, right? I have a feeling this is going to end badly. I feel a bit like a child. I just went into Target looking for a toy, candy-coated popcorn, and chocolate chip cookies. And the only thing I walked away with was the chocolate chip cookies because that was all they had in stock. I think that we are done now. It is stupid dark right now. Like, it is sunset time and it is too early for that. Yeah, let's go home. Let's see if this video is ready to upload. I was really hoping this would be done by the time I got back. Okay, so maybe some more reading and knitting is in order. So I'm currently weaving in ends on the Wednesday sweater around my cat because Gwydion has decided that the only black and white thing I'm allowed to have on my lap is him. He approves of the color scheme, just not how much attention it's getting. Okay, good morning. It is Saturday. We're getting a much later start than intended today. It's already 11 o'clock and I've done nothing. I didn't film on Tuesday or Wednesday because I was getting caught up on stuff and just I didn't have time to film, and I was working on mostly things that didn't have anything to do with my writing business. I was doing other parts or other business aspects. But today is a filming day, which means I also have some writing that goes along with it. Tomorrow is going to be an editing day, so I'm going to end this vlog tomorrow on Sunday because I go back to work on Monday. But we have a lot to get through today, and it is time to get started. Okay, we are, excuse me. We're making progress on the to-do list. I've gotten about half of what my video stuff was done that I wanted to do today. I was thinking about recording a podcast episode today, but I don't think I want to do that quite yet because I have a project that's almost finished that I want to be able to share. So I'm going to hold off on that. I do need to do the audio recording for the next episode of 16 Ghosts later today, but as you can tell, my voice is probably not fully warmed up, so I'm going to hold off on that for a bit. I still have one more video clip I need to film for the Eleonora project video I'm working on, and then from there we're getting into more admin and household stuff that needs to get done. So I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna film the clip that I need to do, and then I'm gonna put in a load of laundry, and then we're gonna do laundry sprints, which is basically where I time my sprints to a cycle of the washing machine. So yeah, let's get started on that, because this is the list for today. Well, not today necessarily. This is for this weekend, and that's not including all of the filming stuff that I had to do. So it is currently, okay, 11:15, not that bad. So let's do that video real quick, and then I'm gonna get my chai and get to some of the admin stuff. Okay, it is 7:15 and I'm crashing hard. We had the time change over the weekend, last weekend, and that never goes well for me. But I have a feeling I'm gonna have to get one of those daylight sad lamps, but that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, I did get a lot done. Our last load of laundry is in the wash right now. Dinner's in the oven. That wasn't me, that was Ash. I've read a couple chapters in my book, Threads of Life. I'm about halfway done with it. It is a really good book, by the way. I'm trying to finish that up this weekend because I kind of tripped and fell down at thrift books, and I finished up Shadow and Bone the other day. I'd never read it before, but I love the TV series. Read the first book. I was given the box set for my birthdays, the 3 Grisha trilogy books, and I immediately on thrift books and ordered all of the other books in that world. So I need to get through those, but then when I went to the library, I got 2 more books. So I have a lot of reading ahead of me. I have been really enjoying it. It's just, I am so tired right now, and I think it's because it is so freaking dark. So I'm gonna go on Amazon and look for one of those daylight things, something to keep me awake, because I can't have another winter like I did last year. Anyway, that is what I got done for today. I got all of my filming done. I didn't get to the audio recording, but we've had a lot of background noise today, so that's part of it. And I will check in tomorrow for the last day of this vlog.